Today is September 12th, 2024, and I'm just going to be going over yesterday's price action as well as today's outlook. So yesterday was pretty interesting. I had an early morning win when I took a long here after I saw SLT at these lows and covered half my position here and the rest here. So pretty good day. And so I expect the price to keep on drawing lower into this 2-week opening gap. Obviously we didn't get that, and we had a pretty crazy run afterwards. That to me is bullish price action. Now the reason why I'm not completely sold on that just yet is because I'll explain that in a minute. But so I did look for another entry yesterday, and there was one, but I was just unsure of the momentum up until after price took this high. I did want to get in long, and there was a pretty nice long entry, which is actually right here. Right here. Which was right here. I noticed the price swept the high, swept the low, price drew into a 15-minute cap as well as this 15-minute order block. And then as soon as price closed above, I wanted to take it here, and obviously I would have gotten stopped out, and then I wanted to take it again here, and this one would have been a good play to cover up here, and lastly onto 50% of this range, which is where it rejected. And so again, I wasn't as sold, even though price did run pretty heavily. But aside from this entry, there really wasn't any other entry on ES or NQ. Right? Yeah, there really wasn't any entry. Now I did take a short after the initial morning run, which was this short right here, because I knew the price would run these lows, and that would be for second stage. And as I always say, second stage is my favorite type of entry. Okay, so second stage eventually I wanted price to draw into this area. Here, I did not get in initially when I had that this as a possible entry. I wanted to get in here as soon as price it didn't necessarily close, but I knew the price was reaching to get down here. And as soon as I saw these three candles here, I knew that whatever small retracement we got would eventually end up failing and keep on drawing lower. So I actually got in right here, this candle, and then I covered into these areas here. Here I almost got stopped out, but I knew that if price were still bearish, then I would not want price to close above constant encroachment. It did trade into it. Oh, actually not there. Yeah, there you go. It did trade into it, but it did not close above it. And if I had closed above it, if it had closed above it, then I would have taken my stop. So I did end up getting it. Not a big win, but still a pretty good trade, knowing that price was in a hurry to get down here. And obviously once we got the reversal, I just did not see any entry until like I said, until we got to this area here, because as you can see here, there was never any sweeps except for this one right here. And with this one I wasn't really too sold, because at this point I was after it swept the high here, I was kind of thinking, wow, okay, so we might reverse now. But because of the fact that price literally did a V, this is called a V reversal. So when price does that, it tends to continue going. So I wasn't too sold on a short setup here. What I had actually wanted to see was I wanted to see a sweep of the low first. If I would have gotten a sweep of the low here, like this low right here, this is where I was paying attention to, and then price run into this sweep of this swing high, then I probably would have been interested in the short. But because it swept the high first and then swept the low, that's indication that price wants to continue moving higher, because again, that's price enticing buyers into getting long, and then afterwards enticing sellers into getting short. And whichever one happens first, obviously the opposite will happen. That's kind of something I've noticed over time. When you get purges on both sides of the market, that's when price continues with the trend, but it depends on which side gets swept first. So today on the daily, well, yesterday on the daily, price closed, as you can see, very bullish. It completely closed above this area, making this into an inversion, closed above these areas here, and here it even closed within it. It didn't close at constant encroachment, so that's fine. Here we're still below constant encroachment here. Here price respected this order block, closed below constant encroachment, but then here opened above it, and as you can see here, it completely rebalanced this whole area here. Same thing here, and then completely closed above this as well. So today I'm not necessarily bullish. I don't believe price continues drawing higher, but I will be surprised if it does, and if it does, then that's fine too. The only reason why I'm not completely sold on this is because of, where is it? This one right here. As you can see, we had a pretty bullish run on this day. The next day we swept the high. Same thing here, we swept the high, and then the next day immediately sold off, creating this very big bearish run. So that's kind of what I'm expecting today. Not necessarily right off the open, but what I am expecting is maybe one more run of the high and then a rejection. If we get that, then I will be looking to get short. But if price continues drawing higher, depending on how the 1 hour 15-minute closes, I most likely won't get a chance to get long, at least not until the afternoon session. I am currently, again, I am looking for bearish price action. Now, the only reason why I believe that we already hit the top is because here, right off the news, we did not sweep the high, and here we did. That's SMT, so that kind of falls in line with my bias today. I do believe that maybe this whole area right here gets rebalanced. Again, something like this. Is it this one? What is it? Which one is it? Yeah, I think it's this one. Yeah, this one right here. Similar setup. Lower high, lower high, lower high. During the news, it did not sweep this high and completely sold off afterwards. So same thing here. Swept the high, sold off. And so that's what I'm looking for today. I'm looking for bearish price action, but again, I need to see displacement. And if I don't get in on the move lower, then I will get, like usual, I will get long on the retracement. What I do want to see though is, again, if we start with bearish price action, okay, so again, I want to see this completely fail. We just traded into constant encroachment here. You can't see it on the 1 hour, but you can actually see it on the 5-minute. Actually, 15-minute. Right here. So again, as you can see, we closed above here, so that's very bullish. After we swept these lows here, this candle here closed down here, so that's kind of bearish. So there's really no indication as to where price is going right now. The only another indication as to why I'm bearish is that we just swept this low here without sweeping this high here, which is a swing high. So again, in order for me to get bearish, I would want to see sell side get taken first, then buy side, which are these relative eagle highs up here, and then I want to see the draw lower. So I am looking actually for an entry long. Yeah, I am looking for an entry long right now, but I'm not sure that happens. I'm not sure that happens during the morning session. Though I'm bearish, I do want to get in on this swing here from this low to this high up here, because again, I want to see if I'm bearish, if I'm going to be bearish today for the rest of the day, I want to see this high get swept. Okay, and if this high gets swept, then that's cool too. That's fine. On the 1 hour, I don't see any sweeps as of yet. I don't see any price action indicating to me that we are bullish. Because again, if we are bullish, then I would want to see something like how this one did. As you can see here, it's not necessarily a sweep here. So that's why again, that's why I'm looking for bearish price action just now. So we'll see. Yep, we'll see. Again, no indication as to where price is going, but the only thing I see thus far is this S&T down here, but that all is yet to be seen as to if price wants to revisit these highs. If it doesn't, then I'll be less likely to short down here, because at any moment it could reverse and then touch the high. So again, it just has to do with how price reacts here. I still have no idea what it'll do. My indication is that it will sweep these highs first and then we'll draw lower. So yeah, that's what I'm looking for today. ES does not support that theory just yet, and Q doesn't either. So yeah, I'm just watching for now, because on both ES and NQ it swept the high first, right? So it swept the high first, but it did not. It did not sweep the low yet, right? So that's what I want to see. I want to see price sweep this low on ES and NQ for me to get long and catch this long of the trade. If we don't, and then price just flushes downwards, then I don't know. I don't think we revisit this area, especially after we violated all of these bearish PD arrays. Now, bearish PD arrays are on the lower time frame, 4 hour and 1 hour. It's respecting daily PD arrays. So that's why I'm a little uncertain as to where price may head to, because again, yesterday price violated all of these bearish PD arrays, and these bearish PD arrays on the well, actually this is bullish PD arrays, but these are bearish PD arrays on the high time frame. So so we'll have to see how price reacts right off the open, and I think I will get into a momentum type of trade. Let's go ahead and see what the 15, actually not the 15 minute, the 5 minute is doing. I don't see anything, I really don't. So we'll just continue watching into the open. Actually, this kind of tells me something right here. This 15-minute closed up here, but it violated this 15-minute candle up here. So now I was looking for price to violate a 5-minute, and it did by closing below here. So if price is bullish, then it should not, this should not make be much of a difference. So yeah, S&T on both sides. Oh, and both days yesterday did close above equilibrium on the daily. But again, I do want to see how this candle opens and closes. I was looking at this candle here. Right here. So I was looking at this candle here. This could be a swing high, swing low. Actually, no. It would be this swing low. So that's why I'm not too sold on this one. So if I were to want to get bearish down here somewhere, if I wanted to get short here, I would want this high to get swept and these highs to remain open. Let's see here. Yeah, because as you can see here, this is the swing high, swing low I'm looking at. Because this swing low, swing high here is not a 15-minute one. I don't classify that as a swing high, swing low. Maybe on the 5-minute, yes. So if this ends up being the high of the day, and we do in fact draw lower, then I will expect the opening run to immediately and aggressively draw lower. If we don't, and we start, I guess you can say, we start drawing lower, but we keep closing higher, then I will expect price to run this high up here. So again, it all has to do with how the open reacts right at 9:30. do have plenty of gaps here created off of yesterday's run. But again, that all I see on the lower time frames is generated liquidity. So as you can see here, even on the 15 minute, which is the lowest higher time frame, um, uh, which is the lowest higher time frame, actually, this is a pretty good area here. This is the only higher time frame sweep we have. So again, we'll see. Here we didn't get that. Maybe here. No, still not like it. So I guess one of the things I'm trying to say is that at this point I really have no indication, but I want to see more structure. And again, that all depends on how the open goes. If it just immediately starts liquidating lower, or if it just starts stalling up here to eventually get a run of these highs up here. So I'm just going to react to how price opens. We would like to get this one right here. Pretty set up. Yep, very good setup. I'm creating generate liquidity here. Lower highs on each one of these, except for this one. This one has SMT, but still, I don't trust this. This is the area I'm talking about. With this ran buy side, ran sell side. So naturally we would get a draw a little higher, but this is the 5 minutes, so I'm not going to trust that. And if I do get in, later on it'll be after price closes above this area here. Ooh. Okay, so we do have a gap here. A little bit of a structure. Okay, we have something here. Nothing here. Let's see if we can find it. Nothing here. It's kind of a sweep, but nothing. Okay. Alright, so I want to see how it does here. I want to see how this candle closes. If it closes above here, and then we get a sweep without sweeping this low, then this might be an indication of something. So this to me is structure. What I don't want to see is I don't want to see price draw higher and use this as a breaker, because there is no what do you call that? There is no no sweep at this mitigation block. So we'll see. This would be my first area of take profit if I were to get short, and every subsequent gap afterwards. Let's keep a look at 5 minute here. Alright, we just swept the swing low. We're not sweeping this one low here. Did as well. Let's take a look here. I'm really liking this now. Right here. Mitigation block. Let's see what it does. If I'm gonna get long, I want to see this hold. If not, then I'm out. I mean, if not, then I'm not even gonna take it. All right, it didn't hold. And so now time to get a better, clear view. Okay, looks like ES might go for these relative equal lows over here. And Q as well, relative equal lows here. Is drawing higher, swept. So now we have SMT between ES and Q. Okay, alright, I'm a little more sold now. short here on ES. I don't like that entry, but no, I'm gonna wait. This is what I was looking at right here. So might as well just wait. I'm gonna stick to my original plan where I believe price will sweep this high up here. First, if I want to get short. Try stick to my original plan. Just gonna wait a little more. Alright, taking that long. See all of this generated liquidity get swept. Oh. Alright, beautiful. What I don't want to see is I don't want to see price come down here again. It's okay if it does that. I think I'll add one more. Just a little more. Alright, added one more. It's a micro, so I'm not really too worried on the stop. 45 points, that's good enough. Definitely not liking that. Let's see how it closes though. If it closes below this, then I'm just going to take it off, and then I'll come back later on. We do have SMT at the lows. Alright, let's add one more. Okay, so I like my average. My stop is this low now. Set the stop actually. Alright, my stop is set. Now we just gotta let it work. I got my hand on the trigger though, because just because this is my stop, I want to see how it reacts. To be up here. I don't want there to be any wicks over here. I don't like that. I'm getting that feeling. One more push down and I'll take my stop. Alright, okay, so we didn't get that push down. If we had swept this low, then I would have taken it off. Why? Because on ES we did. As you can see here, we swept this low here, and on Q we didn't. So this one is the stronger of the two. take one off here. 84.50. Okay. Took one off there. At 275. Taking another one off here. You know what? I'm gonna leave it. And I'm gonna stick to my original stop. Now my average is actually 55, which is right here. 32. Alright, so I'm gonna put my stop at 32. 250. And let the rest ride. Alright, so NQ just broke the, ES just broke this low, and almost took my stop. I think it's gonna stop me out. We'll see. It's actually a pretty good thing. Let's see how it closes here. Nice, that's nice. Alright, I'm gonna put my stop up here now at 35.50. Little by little. So here, I want to see price close above here, and if we do, then I'm comfortable staying around. If it doesn't, then we might get another run, and I don't want to stay around for that. Yep, I like it very well. So this is the first one, the second one is here. I also want to see price close above this after it closes above here, but obviously we're not going to get that. Alright, so I'm going to take it off. I just don't like how it's rejecting that real quick. Couple minutes. Alright, so I'm going to take it off if this new low gets broken here. A little undecided, but I'd rather not be around for the 950 if that's what's happening here, which actually would be a blessing, because if price closes above here, then the next target, obviously, or the next bearish PD array that I want to see get violated would be this right here, which would become a unicorn in itself. Right here. if we do close, then I'm gonna add another one right here. Damn, ES just keeps bringing everything down. YM is not, it's not doing so good either. One more minute. Whatsoever. But again, I have to wait until the close. Depending on how this one closes, I'll either take it out or keep it on. So I don't like how that closed. Let's see what the next reaction is. The next reaction should be immediate if we're going to draw higher. Again, immediate. What's my stop now? 25. If it sweeps that low, I'll just take it out. So let's see what's doing here. Alright, well, actually, well, okay, we are holding above that unicorn here. What just happened? I think I just lost data. There we go. Alright. I think I'm going to take it off here. My stop is here. Just failing to close above this area here. Okay. Alright, so I just took the stop. Not a bad trade. I just didn't get that momentum I wanted. The cover went up here, kind of lowered my average a little bit. But now it seems like, yeah, we're gonna do exactly what I wanted it to. You know what? I'm gonna do it. Yep, I'm gonna do it. Alright, I'm short. I'm just really remembering that thing from last time. I'm just gonna take one contract, because if I'm right, then this contract should be good enough for the rest of the day, and it allows me to keep my my stop very wide. Yep. All right. So again, I am looking for a pretty big run down here. Not so much, but maybe this high here. Yeah, I'll just deal with one contract. This is just like that day, so I'll just deal with it. A little bit impulsive, I know, but again, I do like the idea that price may draw lower. And if I get stopped, then that's fine. I'm going to keep my stop up here. Gives me plenty of room. Yep, both ES and YM are very bearish. Yep, okay. Alright. Okay. The reason why I'm comfortable taking a short here is because this area, well, this whole area here is very balanced. Meaning we have wicks at the highs, wicks at the lows. Obviously, get the displacement here. So we may, even though we may retrace 50% of the range, it doesn't matter because yeah, I like it. All right, I'll just stick to that then. And we just entered the 10 o'clock macro. I don't want to see price consolidate anymore. At least not until another low. And just now, pretty good. Already made back the initial loss I had with 2 remaining contracts here. So now I'm just yeah, I just want to see how price does. Every new gap that price trades through should get immediately sold. Let's do this. I want prices to go straight through here. This one we haven't closed it yet, but I do anticipate that we do, at least up until 50% if this is in fact the low. I mean, if this is in fact the draw. Yeah, I'm gonna leave that there. I don't want to see price come back up here. If it does, then all I want to see are just wicks. That's it. Not liking that at all. Jeez. Not liking that at all. See how that closes though. It's open and closes. That's all I'm looking for. closed above, well, drew, rebalanced the complete imbalance here. Okay. And then immediate rebalance here. This S&T's out. I don't like that wick on the 15-minute. Okay, I'm going to take it off. I just don't like that reaction. Alright, let's zoom out. Kind of a little bit. Yeah, this is a bullish sign right here. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it alone. Okay, so small right day so far, but best for me to just take a step back, relax, and see what it wants to do. Still nothing on the 1 hour. I don't see anything on the 1 hour. The only thing I see thus far is the 15-minute here. Yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll just stick to the 15-minute here. Let's take this series there. Alright. Let's switch this to the 60-minute over here. Alright. Okay. Alright, so I want to see how this one closes. Here we did. Alright, I'm going to stick to ES then, because ES is a little more clear. And Q, not so much. I'm starting to see something. Yeah, I'm glad I got out, because now I'm seeing something here. Alright, well, at least on ES at least. a couple more seconds before the close in the 4 hour and 60 minute. Let's take a look. Okay. Yep, I like it. Alright, I'm gonna get short on ES. Take some micros on the actual account. Okay. This made my last trade, because even though I just don't want to have a red, not necessarily a red day, but what do you call that? I want to be able to hold for later. And again, if price is going to continue drawing lower, then micros are enough to get a pretty big chunk. And by the way, this is my stop right here. The reason why is because there's SMT between ES and IQ and YM. My stop was taken. Alright. Okay, so let's see. Small red day so far, about half of my loss limit on the day, so I'll just take it there. I'll take a stop. I don't want to be in this anymore because again I do believe that we draw lower, but I'm not completely oh, I gotta take this off. Because what's the word? I'm just not sold on this just yet. But I know that if price continues with the trend, continues on a dominant trend, which is to the downside, which I hope it does, then I'll be able to catch the second stage of distribution. That one's always the easier one, because once you realize what the drawn liquidity is, you're more confident on the fact that it will draw to that area and it'll be in a hurry to get there, just like it was yesterday. So again, I'll take it there. But yeah, I'll call it let me stick around for a couple more minutes actually. Just actually that's 50%. Let's take one, you know, just for fun. Let's add a couple more. Let's take a look at this right here. Ooh, I like this one. Alright, let's take it. Let's do it. Alright, a little impulsive, but that's fine. This is my stop up here. Alright, so this is an actual position, so I'll just keep it. There it is. Okay. Jeez. All the prerequisites are there. Yeah, I'm at peace with this trade. Oh, why did I take this one? And it wasn't out of impulse, it was in this right here. This one. Displacement. One last sweep. So now we should get to draw lower. I want to see this area hold. I don't even know where I'm in. CS trade. Let's get everything out of my head. What if I just consolidate here? I really want something I like. Yeah, that's fine. I want to see price leave aggressively. long setups here. One thing I see are short setups. Another SMT. Right here, right here. I want to see price fail to close above this area here, or have trouble getting above this area. Okay, alright, so definitely don't like how price turned out today. In hindsight, this right here says everything. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 consecutive 15-minute candles failed to close below this area here. Immediately told me to get long, so that's why I need to stick to the higher time frame. Same thing here, consequent encroachment, hindsight. So yeah, that's it for the day. I'll definitely have to review today. It was a little crazy for the 1 minute, so that's why I have to stay away from that. I have to stay away from the 5 minute and base my decisions off the 15-minute more. I was right initially where I believed the price needed to sweep this high first before I even began to start thinking short. And once again, when you rely on the lower time frame, that's when you get bit. We do have voids here that I do believe need to get filled eventually. We do have relative equal lows here, here, and here that I believe will get visited soon. So again, I'm gonna see what price does up here. Once price gets up here, then I'll probably maybe catch a short. But that all has to do with how price closes. Yeah, it all has to do with how price closes once it gets up here. I would love to see SMT. I would love to see this high get swept, because actually this high is not. These highs are no longer the areas I'm looking at. I'm actually looking at this high here and this high here. So depending on how price reacts here now, again, we do have a long bullish day from yesterday. So today we might reverse, come back into the range, and then continue drawing higher. That's if price is going to consolidate going into the afternoon session. That's why I probably shouldn't have traded in the morning session. So again, red day to start, but hopefully once I let price settle down, I'll be able to get a better direction. I was right on bias initially, but I was very, I guess you can say, impulsive, and that's what price does when it gives you time distortion. When it gives you time distortion, it does exactly what it did to me today. So I'll have to, I'm just gonna disconnect from the charts and come back later on once I've gotten rid of that initial, I guess you can say, emotional feeling. And over time, it gets easier to get over. So we'll see. Anyways, that's it for